Hi, and thank you for watching us here at Tax Talk UK, where we talk about all things tax and consider other important aspects of working for yourself, being self-employed, running a small business. So today, as part of our bite-sized demo series of showing you how to use your Xero software, I'm going to show you how to raise a sales invoice in your Xero software. And before I do, if I could please ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll easily be able to refer back to this information if you should need to, as well as being able to access a whole host of different information we have available with a whole variety of topics, all aimed at supporting you in your self-employment. If you navigate to the playlist section of our YouTube channel and look for the playlist named Xero, you will be able to find the rest of the bite-sized series that we currently have available for you. So back then to sales invoices in your Xero software. So we have previously shown you how to create a sales invoice in Xero. However, the software has evolved a lot over that time, so it seemed prudent to update the demonstration. So I'm just going to pop into the software and I'll show you how to raise your invoice. So here we are then in our demo license for our Xero product. So there's two places that we could go to create our sales invoice. So if we look under the business menu, we will see invoices. And we will see in here all of our existing sales invoices. And you will see here the option new invoice. We can also raise a credit note, send statements from here. So if I click new invoice, then you can see the screen that we're going to need to complete. So if I just pop back to the dashboard for a second, and then you will see in the invoice section of our dashboard, we have a sort of a quick access new sales invoice. So if I click that button there, then you will see that we've got the same screen. So this is the screen that we need to complete to raise our sales invoice. So first of all, we need to know who we are going to be invoicing. So we enter our customer, and we then want to know the date of the invoice. Now, unless we've got terms set for that customer in their record, it will assume a due on receipt date. If you have terms set up, it will work out the due date from that for you. Now, in terms of the invoice number, invoices must be raised sequentially, so we shouldn't have any gaps in our invoice numbering, and Xero will deal with that for you. So you don't need to worry, and you shouldn't very often, if ever, need to actually amend that invoice number. The next time that you raise an invoice, we'll add one on for you. So here you can put any reference, and you don't have to put a reference, but maybe your customer has given you a purchase or order, and you might want to put that reference on there, or something else that's specific to your client. So this then tells us who we're invoicing, the date, the invoice number. And so now we need to look at the actual detail of what we are invoicing our customer or client for. Now, your item menu is a way of pre-populating all the fields that you need to complete. So if we are, for example, invoicing this customer for White Pack 9 golf balls, you will see now that just by selecting that item, it's pre-populated all of the fields along that. Now, if we want to, we could edit any of those fields that we want to. The idea is it's just to save you time and save you having to look at prices or retyping the description. So we can change this here. We can change the amount, and we could change the account. Any items. So just to show you what we could type it all in if we wanted to. So what you can see in effect is that that item is just a way of saving you time and making the whole process more efficient. So if you look above here where it says amounts are tax exclusive, just to mention this button. So tax exclusive is the default. This means that we're putting the net amount in and assuming that you're VAT registered, because if you're not, it won't make any difference to you. And then because the amounts entered here are exclusive of VAT, it's going to add the VAT on. So you can see the subtotal is the two items that we've invoiced, £70 plus VAT gives us the total. And then you can see if we change that back to inclusive, that means the prices we've put are inclusive of VAT, and therefore the total is the total amount, and that includes the VAT. So it's important that you understand what those buttons do if you are using them. Neither will make any difference to how your customer sees the invoice. It's all just to help you in your administration. So we can do a preview here that will show us what this invoice is going to look like for the customer. So you can see all of the details on there. If you realize you've made a mistake, you can go back obviously and change those things. If you don't like the layout of the invoice, then you would need to look at the actual templates, but that some of those items can be changed too. Just to mention, so I did say then if you have made a mistake, you can change those items. So at this point, we haven't issued the invoice. It hasn't been printed and provided to our customer, and it hasn't been emailed. So up to that point, we can just edit to change things. Just to note that once it has been issued to your customer, if any changes are necessary, you will need to raise a credit note. So if we come out of our preview, so we're happy with that invoice now. So we've got the option. So it needs to be approved before it's actually entered into the accounts. We can approve and add another one, but also we can approve and email it straight away, or approve and get the link if you want to perhaps send the link by a different method to your customer. So hopefully this helps you to understand how to raise a sales invoice in your Xero software. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.